So we're talking about bridges, and in order to be a bridge, we need bridges so badly in our culture today with all the polarization. In order to be a bridge, you have to be anchored on both sides, we said in the first video, which means you have to have a good understanding and listening well to the arguments and the understanding of both sides. Not that you totally agree with one side or totally against the other, but you have to have an understanding of both. You can't purposely misunderstand the other side, or even accidentally. You have to make an effort to understand. But the second aspect I want to talk about today is you cannot demonize the other side. You can't see the other side as the enemy. It's so, nobody will cross you as a bridge if you see them as the enemy. Left will not try to understand right, and right will not try to understand left if the one sees the other as the enemy. The truth is that neither side is the enemy, and we need both left and right. I said that in the first video. And when we view the other side as something of value or another, as another aspect, another angle, another perspective that I need, then we value their opinion, we value their perspective, and then we seek to understand, and then there's some bridge building that happens. And so I just want to point out a couple things that are really interesting. Left is considered liberal, right is considered conservative. Left typically emphasizes progress, right typically emphasizes preservation. We need both. We need to progress into new, good, better things, but we also can't lose our foundations. We need to remain on solid, good, healthy foundations. That's preservation. Left emphasizes liberty and freedoms and listening, whereas right represents rules and righteousness and religious beliefs. So both are needed. We need the freedom, but we also need the law and the rules. The left tends to represent the family, the ring marriage ring we put on our left hand. So the left kind of is like family, whereas I think right is more government, rulership. They talk about the ruler in the right hand. And in the parable of the prodigal son, you have the left. The word prodigal means liberal, wasteful, throwing away. But liberal, like being extravagant. That's actually what the word prodigal means. So the prodigal son is kind of like the left. And then the older son is more like the right. And so the prodigal and the right, they are sort of and the older son are kind of like when we get it wrong, when we get too religious and too legalistic or too liberal and free. We need both. And so I just want us to appreciate both and recognize both are needed.